This video is rated M for mature. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey guys, Psychic Pictures here, and welcome back to more Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we investigated Byakuya Togami's murder. This time, go into the class trial. Let's go. Set skills. If I'm recalling correctly from the last game, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, set skills pretty much goes and allows you to do certain skills when you're actually doing the trials, like truth bullets. E-handbook allows you to look at your truth bullets as well. Monokuma file, details, and you can see the details and stuff like that on them. So, things like that. You can do that if you do this. Let's look at the pet, actually. Okay. Let's go out of there. You can also change difficulty to action difficulty, kind, gentle, or mean. Logic difficulty. Then finish preparations. Let's go to the class trial. Trial, all rise.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
What I accidentally skipped was if you choose who done it gets punished. But if you choose the wrong one, Monokuma will punish everyone besides the blackened. That's what it is. Sorry.
Such a cruel rule!
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely! There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you! Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin!
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? The most pressing issue on our minds?
Tatter, you better not.
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table, we can start with that. But ultimately, we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No. Thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. All things progress through the class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of the classmates will speak one after another without breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. That means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to move the reticle and fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun! Make your argument. Knife, bloodstain under the floor, and under the table, and gaps in floor.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why?
Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
Okay. Huh? What he just said was very strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Bloodstain under the table. Break.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Oh, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Oh, shut up, girl.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was... Whoa. What the... I display problem. If it's connected to Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... Turn in. This may sound presumptuous, but I think that's wrong.
Crap!
Everyone's staring. Uh-oh. Made a nice fool of myself. The reason Byakuya dove under the table, if it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... It might be the murder threat. Ah! Stop it! Why? Why was that not correct? Using Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... night vision goggles. Maybe. No! Damn it! I can't figure this out! Knife. Maybe.
I can prove it with this.
Knife! Okay, okay, it was the knife.
Probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at the time. This means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you can concentrate by holding down space, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume your focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the escape key, you can review the controls. Good luck and have fun. Make your argument. Okay.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
Byakuya could see in the dark because of the night vision goggles. Break.
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Wait, what? She breaks it.
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Yes, I was. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Okay. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go on a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the WASD buttons, WASD keys. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew toward their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. That means the conversation will develop. If that happens, then they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like the regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the left mouse button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth bullet, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. Huh? What's a truth blade? I'm terribly sorry. It appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the escape key, you can review the controls. Good luck and have fun. Okay, Rebuttal Showdown. Let's do the case first. Okay.
If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be.
I can't back down.
Oh, okay. That was weird. Just a little bit more and I'll draw something out next time.
If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Vance.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision, they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, that's what. So those goggles were planted if the killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oopsie. I'm not sure Byakuya brought the night vision goggles. I'm sure that Byakuya brought.
Because if they used night vision, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, so those goggles were planted if the killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Cut through the words. Great. There we go. This is weird.
Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
The knife was brought to the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it.